Hi, my name is Judge. Festival of Legends expansion, and with it, Year of the Wolf, are both right around the corner, and everybody's asking, Judge, what are the best cards going to be in the arena? Everyone's asking it, right? Everyone wants to know. Constructed Battlegrounds, nobody cares about that. What everyone wants to know is what are the best cards going to be in the arena, and I'm here to help you out with my personal top 10 Festival of Legends must drafts. Here we go. Number 10, starting with Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is a 5-mana 4/4. Battlecry, discover a spell. Finale, discover another spell. So discover Battlecry, a spell. Finale, discover another spell. Great. It's pretty much 5-mana 4/4, discover 2 spells, because you're almost never going to play this when you have mana left. So maybe you do if you're looking for lethal, but it's pretty much a 5-mana 4/4, discover 2 spells. If you play in the arena, you know that those discovering spells and minions can be huge, because you can get spells that are normally pretty rare. Really, really strong value. The only reason it's number 10 and not higher is it is a 5-mana 4/4, and even if you get good value, sometimes that can slow you down in really tempo heavy. Next up we have Concert Promo Drake, another card I think people might expect to be a little higher, and maybe I'm wrong for only putting it number 9, but we've got an 8-mana 8/8 tradable Finale, destroy an enemy minion. Pretty insane. It's got the dragon tag, so you're going to see Dragon Discoverers getting this all the time. Today's game has gotten so fast, so, you know, if it's a mid-rangey meta and there's a lot of 3/3s and 4/4s on the board, this actually is going to be a little bit slower than you think. In general, it's going to be fantastic. It's like, it doesn't just win you the game always, it just like sometimes wins you the game. So we put it at number 9. Number 8, we have another neutral, 4-mana 3/3 Candle Raiser, Divine Shield. Finale, give adjacent minions Divine Shield. 4-mana 3/3 Divine Shield on its own is quite bad. It was okay way back in the day, but now in today's game, it's bad. So you really need to be playing this as a Finale. The potential of this card is enormous. Really where it's going to thrive is you just play a 3-drop, say it's a 3/4, you know, a 1/3 poison, whatever. You just give it Divine Shield with a 4-mana 3/3 Divine Shield, which is already some tempo. That's going to be huge, and that's going to snowball you through a few turns. Really strong tempo card. That picks up number 8. Number 7, we have a new Priest Shadow spell called Fight Over Me. Choose 2 enemy minions, they fight. Add copies of any that die to your hand. So this is just a classic Priest maneuver. Tempo and stealing at the same time is really difficult to handle. Super strong effect. Like, it's not a random 2 enemy minions, right? You get to choose those 2 minions, and you get the removal. Like, this is just terrible. Like, it's great. It's a great card, but, you know, it's Priest, so it's terrible. This is a nightmare. Even its low end of success is still pretty nuts and rude for a Priest. I'm excited to play this card, not excited for my opponents to play this card. Number 6 is Opera Soloist. I don't have much to say about this card. It's a 5-mana 4/6 that casts like a mini Flame Strike. That's insane. Like, that's nuts. This card is insane. 5-mana 4/6 Battlecry. If you control no other minions, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. That's a lot of damage. This card is a demon. You can discover it. Everything in one package. Nuts card. You know, there is that condition of you have to not have anything on the board. That's the only reason this isn't higher. Like, it does have a condition. You can set it up usually pretty easily, but in Arena you might want to just be going like Zoo or like tempoing out super quickly, so it might not be as good. It's still a 5-mana 4/6. Like, those are not terrible stats. So this card's kind of nuts. Getting into our top 5 here. Before we do, hey, if you're enjoying the content, I'd really appreciate it if you remember to hit that thumbs up button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. Let's move it along. One of my personal favorites, maybe my favorite in the list. It's a 2-mana 2/1 Groovy Cat. Battlecry and Death Rattle. Your hero power gives your hero 1 more attack this game. And, you know, if you can do some simple math, not all Hearthstone players can, 1 + 1 is 2, therefore this will give your hero power +2 attack. And it has a body. Like, you'd probably just play this if it was a 2-mana spell that gave you +2 attack for the rest of the game. This card is going to be one that can come down, and your opponent just goes, oh no, like, how am I gonna get anything on the board? How am I gonna stick any tempo? And then they continue tempoing out, and you're like, okay. Groovy, right? A very groovy card. You can tell with the slight smirk and the glasses, got that going for it. It's a beast. You can discover it from a new card that's coming out called Peaceful Piper. But this card's gonna be nuts. And you draft multiple of them, and all of a sudden you're dealing 5 damage with your hero power every turn. Number 4 on our list, we've got a Druid legendary called Rhythm and Roots, and it's slow, right? It's slow, so it's probably fine that you can pay 4 mana for 15 worth of stats, or even 24. I would say the most likely case is that the 5/5s are going to be much better and get them earlier. It's already an absurd amount of stats for 4 mana. Kind of reminiscent of like Wildpaw Cavern, where it's just a ton of stats over the long term and it's insane. So very, very, very strong. Probably rare you're picking the Giants because it's just a little too long to do nothing. But with those 5/5s, yeah, I'll take a 4 mana 15/15. Number 3, we have a Priest spell, another Rude Priest spell. This one's easy to evaluate. It's called Harmonic Pop. It deals 3 damage to all minions and summons a 6/6 Pop Star. It also swaps each turn, so you could also deal 6 damage to all minions and then summon a 3/3 Pop Star. It's got potential to be a huge board clear with if necessary. I think it's usually going to be better in its 3/3 damage form to summon a 6/6, and you can set that up. Then it's literally an Abyssal Enforcer, but cheaper. Its downside is it might be in the wrong form on the turn you want to use it, but it's still insane AoE, whichever way you look at it, and it's not that expensive. Holy Spell means you can tutor it, means you can discount it, means you can discover it. I think this card is insane. I think this card is absolutely insane, and thank goodness it at least does have the downside of being maybe inconsistent with the swaps. Next up, we have, at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, a card that a lot of Arena players have been talking about as a terrifying card, as it is a common card, and it's a neutral card, and it could be absolutely everywhere. Paparazzi. And, I mean, this card's nuts. This card's insane. Like, this card is just insane. Now, to be fair, the sets are changing, Standard is changing, Arena's changing, and there might be a bit of a weaker Legendary pool, which means this might be not as good as, say, with all the Colossals in. But I think I've seen enough pretty strong Legendaries still kicking around that this is going to be absolutely insane. So you might be wondering, what card did I decide topped Paparazzi? Quick honorable mention to a few cards that almost made the list but didn't quite. Disco Mall looks pretty insane. Jive Insect. I can't believe Jive Insect didn't make the list, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'll be wrong about some of these. Infinitize the Maxitude was one that I'm very excited about playing as well. That was near the top. But the number 1 card for me, in my opinion, let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, or what cards I missed. Number 1 card, Tambourine. This card is a 4 mana 2/3 weapon. Judge, that doesn't sound very good. Its Death Rattle is what makes this card quite strong. It's summon a 5/5 Ancient, play cards that cost 5 or more while equipped to improve. Worst case, this is a 4 mana 5/5 deal 6 damage, but slow, and it would probably be fair enough at that. If you play a single 5-drop right after you play this weapon, then you'll get a 10/10. And that is insane. Like, that is crazy. 4 mana 10/10 with that deal 6 damage. You get the weapon damage too. And if you play a 6-drop on curve, if you just curve out this into a 5 into a 6, boom, you get a 15/15, which didn't we see a card that was very much like a 4 mana 15/15, but you wait a few turns and decided it was very good, but you didn't get the weapon charges? We did. And this card is definitely better, assuming that you are drafting a curve that fits it. Its only weakness, of course, is what if you don't have 5s and higher? What if you're like a Super Zoo deck? Okay, yeah. It'll still be good, you know? Probably Paparazzi is going to be the worst offender in the beginning stages of this meta, but I think as pure power goes, this card has it beat. Like I said before this, do you agree? Disagree? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. I mean, I'm not going to be perfectly right. Just kidding, I'm totally going to be perfectly right. I also will have an entire set review for the Arena that you can find the link to in the description below. Doing a live review on Twitch that I'll post there, so you can check that out if you want to hear about any cards that you didn't see on this list. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button for me, and I will see you at the festival in the next video.
My name is Judge.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is.
That's a silly name.
Judge.
Okay, that's enough.